ready to unlock the secrets to more youthful skin. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of glycolic acid for mature skin.
It's definitely more than just hype. The science behind glycolic acid is fascinating, especially when it comes to those concerns we see as our skin matures.
Yeah, I've always been a bit hesitant to try it. The whole acid thing had me a little intimidated, to be honest, especially with my sensitive skin.
I hear that. It does sound kind of intense, right? But actually, this powerhouse ingredient comes from something pretty simple, sugarcane.
Really, sugarcane. You're telling me we can transform basic sugarcane into a skincare superhero?
That's right. It's all thanks to chemistry. So glycolic acid is what we call an alpha hydroxy acid, or AHA for short. And its small molecular size allows it to penetrate really deeply into the skin.
Oh, I see. So it gets to where it needs to be more effective.
Exactly, and that's a key difference. A lot of other HAs just stay on the surface, but glycolic acid can go deeper.
It's like sneaking in the back door to get things done. So tell me, what kind of magic does it work when it gets down there?
You can think of it like an exfoliator.
Yeah.
As we get older, that natural cell turnover process slows down and dead skin cells start to pile up.
Right.
And all that buildup contributes to so many of the things we see in the mirror as we age, those fine lines, wrinkles, age spots, that dullness.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Ugh, yes, the dullness. It really is like my skin just lost its glow.
Yeah.
So is glycolic acid the key to hitting that refresh button?
You got it. Glycolic acid dissolves the bonds that are holding those dead skin cells together so they can be swept away, revealing the fresh, brighter skin underneath.
Okay, I like that image. So glycolic acid is like a bouncer saying, all right, party's over to all those dead skin cells.
Exactly. And it's a pretty effective bouncer. It can make a real difference in how your skin looks and feels.
So our source also mentioned beta-hydroxy acids, or BHAs. I'm curious, how do those compare, especially for someone focused on mature skin?
It's a good question. Knowing the difference can really help you choose the right exfoliant for your needs. AHAs, like glycolic acid, are water-soluble, which means they work more on the surface. BHAs, like salicylic acid, are oil-soluble, so they go deeper into the pores.
Okay, so they both exfoliate, but in different ways.
Yes, exactly.
So if our listener is mainly concerned about signs of aging, those fine lines, wrinkles, would you say sticking with AHAs like glycolic acid makes more sense?
Generally, yes. AHAs are really good at resurfacing the skin, improving texture, boosting moisture, and those are all important as we age.
Got it. It's all about finding the right tool for the job. And for revitalizing mature skin, it seems like glycolic acid might just be the MVP. But I'm assuming not all AHAs are created equal. I mean, do they all work the same way, or some better for specific issues than others?
You're right. Even with AHAs, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. Lactic acid, for example, is another popular AHA. It's known for being a little gentler, more hydrating. And then you have mandelic acid, which can be really helpful for hyperpigmentation. But for that really effective combination of exfoliation, collagen boosting, and overall refining, glycolic acid usually comes out on top, especially for mature skin.
Collagen boosting. Now you're talking my language.
Mhm.
Tell me more about how glycolic acid works on that front.
Well, imagine for a second that your skin is like a building. Collagen is the scaffolding that holds it together, keeps it firm and plump.
Okay, I can see that.
But as we age, that scaffolding weakens and we start to see, you guessed it, wrinkles and sagging.
I'm picturing it now. So does that mean glycolic acid swoops in to strengthen that scaffolding?
Precisely. It actually helps stimulate the production of new collagen, which in turn helps to strengthen the skin from the inside out. It's not just about erasing wrinkles, but actually helping your skin stay firmer and more resilient over time.
Music to my ears.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's not all. Our source mentioned even more benefits of glycolic acid for mature skin.
Oh, absolutely. We're just getting started.
So it sounds like glycolic acid is like a contractor reinforcing our skin's scaffolding. But it also has some serious cleaning skills, right? We were talking how it brightens a dull complexion. How does that work?
It goes back to that exfoliation process. Remember all those dead skin cells glycolic acid removes? Well, they actually act like light dimmers for your complexion.
Oh, okay.
That buildup creates a dull, uneven tone.
So it's like polishing a piece of furniture. You get rid of the dust and grime, and suddenly it's gleaming again.
Precisely. Glycolic acid brings back that natural radiance, like hitting the refresh button on your skin's luminosity.
And speaking of revealing what's underneath, I swear those age spots are getting more prominent every day.
Right.
Can glycolic acid help with that too?
It can, definitely. You see hyperpigmentation, those dark spots, they're caused by too much melanin. And since glycolic acid exfoliates, it can help break down those melanin clusters over time.
So it evens out skin tone.
Exactly.
Okay, this is all sounding very promising.
Yeah.
But before I go buy all the glycolic acid, let's talk about choosing the right product.
hmm
Our source had a few recommendations specifically for mature skin, and there's quite a range.
There is, and that's a good thing. It means there are options for different needs, different budgets, all of that.
Okay, great. Let's start with the ordinary glycolic acid toner, 7%.
Mhm.
I feel like the ordinary has gotten so popular lately.
Yeah.
What makes this toner a good pick for mature skin?
Well, for one, the price makes it really accessible. If you're new to glycolic acid and just want to give it a try, this is a good place to start.
I like the sound of that.
And that 7% concentration, it's effective but still gentle enough for most skin types. Even those with sensitive skin can usually handle it.
It's always better to start slow.
Right. Exactly. It's much better to start with a lower concentration, see how your skin does, and then maybe go up if you need to.
Makes sense. Sort of like dipping your toes in the water before you jump in the deep end.
I like that.
Okay, what about our next contender? We have the Paula's Choice 8% AHA Gel Exfoliant. Paula's Choice is all about that science-backed skincare.
Absolutely. Effective ingredients, transparency about what's in their products, they're great. This particular exfoliant is a good one if you prefer a leave-on product instead of a toner.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it's lightweight, absorbs really well, layers nicely under makeup.
Would you say 8% is still in that start slow range for mature skin?
Definitely. It's just a little bit higher than the ordinary toner. But again, any new exfoliant, you want to introduce it gradually, once or twice a week, then see how your skin feels. You can always increase it if you're tolerating it well.
Good to know. So we've got our budget-friendly toner, our science-backed gel. Now, for our listeners who want something a little stronger, we have the Kiehl's Ultra Pure High Potency 9.8% glycolic acid serum.
That one's a powerhouse.
That name makes it sound intense.
It is, and it delivers. It's formulated with a higher concentration of glycolic acid, so it's a good choice if you have resilient skin and you're dealing with those more stubborn issues like deeper wrinkles or uneven skin tone or texture.
So maybe for people who've already been using glycolic acid and are ready for the next level.
Exactly, like graduating from Glycolic Acid 101.
I like that.
Mhm.
Now, for those of us who prefer a gentler approach,
You might like the Good Molecules Glycolic Acid Exfoliating Toner. It's designed for everyday use, and it uses a lower concentration of glycolic acid, so it's very gentle.
a daily dose of radiance, but
Right.
without overdoing it.
Exactly.
Now, this next one caught my eye. The Thayer's 2% AHA Exfoliating Toner. It combines glycolic acid with witch hazel and aloe vera. I love aloe, so soothing, but what about witch hazel?
That's a great catch. Thayer's is known for their use of witch hazel, which is a natural astringent, so it can help tighten pores and control oil production, which can be helpful as we age, right?
So it's like a multitasking toner. Exfoliation, pore refining, soothing.
Exactly. Combining the right ingredients can make a product really well-rounded and effective.
And last but not least, we have the QRX Labs Glycolic Acid 20% Resurfacing Pads. Okay, 20%. That's the big leagues.
Right. This is a professional level product, definitely for those who want a more intense treatment.
So not for beginners.
This is for people who have experience with chemical exfoliants and are comfortable with a high concentration. And even then, start slow. Always watch how your skin reacts.
Makes sense. It seems like no matter what product you choose, listening to your skin is key. But even with a gentle approach, glycolic acid is powerful. Are there any general tips for using it safely and effectively, especially for mature skin?
You're absolutely right. Safety and effectiveness are so important, especially with more delicate skin.
So it sounds like even if we're super careful about choosing the right glycolic acid product and introducing it slowly, there are still some must-know safety tips.
Absolutely. And some of these might seem obvious, but they're worth repeating. First and foremost, sunscreen is non-negotiable. Can't stress that enough, especially for mature skin.
It's like we're stripping away that top layer of dead skin cells, right?
Yeah.
Which is great for a brighter complexion, but it also makes us more vulnerable to the sun.
Exactly. You're taking down your skin's natural defenses. So daily SPF 30 or higher, broad spectrum, every single day, rain or shine. It's your best defense against premature aging.
Sunscreen check. What else should we be thinking about?
Hydration. Big one, especially for mature skin. Remember how we were talking about how our natural oils decrease as we age?
Right.
Well, glycolic acid can sometimes dry out the skin.
So it's this balance between exfoliation and hydration. We want that fresh glow, but we don't want to wreck our skin's moisture barrier in the process.
You got it. So it's crucial to pair your glycolic acid with a good moisturizer, something rich, hydrating. Look for things like hyaluronic acid. It really draws moisture to the skin.
So not just any old moisturizer. We need to be strategic about it.
Definitely. It's about giving your skin that extra support, especially when you're using an active ingredient like this.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, so are there any times when someone should just avoid glycolic acid altogether?
Well, it's generally safe for most skin types when it's used correctly, but there are a few exceptions. If you have super sensitive skin, active eczema, any open cuts, it's best to avoid it or talk to a dermatologist first.
So always better to err on the side of caution and get a professional opinion.
Absolutely.
I have to ask about this because I know it's tempting combining glycolic acid with other exfoliants. Is that ever a good idea?
I get that question a lot. I usually say to be really careful. If you use too many harsh products, it can really mess with your skin's protective barrier.
Yeah.
And that can lead to irritation, dryness, even breakouts.
So no glycolic acid parties on our face.
Exactly. Stick with one exfoliating product at a time and see how your skin does.
Okay, got it. Now, before we wrap up, I want to go back to something our source mentioned that I thought was really interesting. We've been talking about topical glycolic acid, but it's made from sugarcane, right?
Yeah.
So that got us thinking, is there a connection between what we eat and our skin's health as we age?
That's a great point. It's something that's still being researched. But there's more and more evidence suggesting that what we put into our bodies can have a big impact on our skin, especially as we age.
It's that whole you are what you eat idea, right?
Exactly. It's about taking a holistic approach to skincare, what we're putting on our skin and what we're putting into our bodies.
I love that. So we've focused on glycolic acid as a topical treatment, but what about diet? Are there any dietary recommendations that might actually help mature skin in general?
Absolutely. A diet that's rich in antioxidants is really good for protecting your skin from damage, which can make you age faster. Think colorful fruits and vegetables, berries, leafy greens, those vibrant foods.
Eat the rainbow. I like it. What else?
Healthy fats. Those are so important for your skin's elasticity and that moisture barrier we were talking about. So things like avocados, nuts, fatty fish, those are all good.
Got it. Healthy fats. Anything else we should add to our grocery list?
You can't go wrong with staying hydrated. Water is essential for overall health, and that includes your skin.
So to sum it all up, we want to nourish our skin from the inside out. That means a healthy, balanced diet, plenty of water, and then supporting it topically with a well-chosen glycolic acid product, always remembering that sunscreen.
That's the perfect recipe for healthy, glowing skin no matter your age.
I love it. This has been such a great deep dive into the world of glycolic acid. We talked about the science, how it works, how to choose the right products, how to use them safely, even the connection between diet and skin health. It's been fantastic.
It has. I'm glad we could dig into this topic.
Me too. And for our listeners, remember, this journey to healthy, glowing skin is always ongoing. It's about finding what works best for you. Keep diving deep, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.